Alright, y'all, we finna make a banger YouTube. My boy Frank. He didn't even know what he want. He just know he got a broad barber, so he ain't gotta know what he want. He just know, bro, do what you do. You feel me? Alright, YouTube family, thank y'all for tuning back into another video. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Just to get us started, if you're already subscribed, I appreciate y'all. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and smash that like button too while you at it, just because it helps me continue to grow. I need y'all help to continue to grow. It helps with the Instagram algorithm. But to start this cutout, with that being said, I appreciate y'all once again. So right here I'm gonna be doing a high taper, and I'm gonna teach y'all how to cut somebody with obviously thinning hair. So to do a high taper, I'm brushing it. I brushed everything in its place, and now I set the ball line in from the bottom of the vertical bar to the top of his ear, just straight across the back. And now I'm taking a number 2 open to the top. After I take a number 2 open to the top, I take a number 1.5 closed, just right up to his parietal ridge. And I'm just debulking. Just getting everything ready, just so I can come in laying that foundation, so I can come in and really start this fade and everything be even in one desired length. Especially with his hair, I didn't wash his hair before, and he came with a stocking cap, so it's kind of sticking to his head. So just make sure that no matter what kind of hair you're cutting, and he's got pretty thick hair, like in the spots it is thick, so just make sure that you're going over the hair multiple times just to get everything laying how it's supposed to, and make sure everything is one desired length. To establish my first guideline, I got my blade open, and I'm going up about a full inch, flicking out. Then I'm gonna lay my blade flat, going up to the top of the flick, what we just flicked out to the guideline that we just established. And then I'm gonna go open halfway and closed until I slowly moving my clipper down on the fade until I take that line out completely. And make sure that when you do put your ball lines in, you put them in nice and even. That's the foundation of your fade. That's gonna determine how clean your fade is. And I believe that this first ball line, to me personally, in my opinion, is one of the most critical parts of the fade, because it's gonna determine how blurry that you can get your fade. Just because it's the first step. It's the first thing that you're gonna really, man. Just trust me. Just learn how to really take your ball lines out. So right here, obviously we went up with the number 1.5 to the top of his parietal ridge. So I got my number 1 guard open, just going right up to that, right up underneath that. And then I'm just gonna slowly close my clipper and come down until I meet up with where I left off with that blade open. Then that's not gonna take it out, so I'm gonna come in with my half guard or 0 guard, and I'm just gonna be my 0 guard. I look at it like an eraser, and I just really use it for a lot of corner work and just a lot of detail work, a lot of lever play and corner work. And if y'all don't know what that means, it means I open and close my clipper, and I only use like the last couple of teeth of my blade. And if y'all want a more in-depth detail of what that means, I can definitely explain that to y'all. So right here, I'm just going in doing detail work once again, lever play and corner work, just making sure that his hair grows funny on this side, so I'm just making sure that everything's laid how it's supposed to, and that fade really ends. Here's some words of advice.
I know the vibes, man. Follow my man Lake Phase, man. Lake Phase all the way. Vegan Lake today, you know what I'm saying?
Big Vegan Lake.
Vegan Lake. One love.
Alright, y'all, if y'all ever see me or hear me in my videos say shout out to Haven, that's Haven, y'all. He owns Groom 3 Lines in St. Louis, Missouri. He owns 2 shops. If y'all want to go follow him, his name is on Instagram is Haven Hugh. Go to my followers and look him up. So this is gonna be the same steps into this fade. Instead of but the only thing that's gonna be different is I'm gonna take this up like a full inch, if not a little more than a full inch. Like on the side, you seen what I did. This, I'm taking it up a little higher, because in the back I like to stretch my fades out a little bit back, especially with this kind of cut, because I want it to kind of blend in with the top a little more and not look so dark around his head, so that the top don't look, so it kind of evens out, if that makes sense. But yeah, so it's the same thing. I'm gonna establish my guideline by blade open, flicking out. Then I'm gonna have my blade open still, going to the top of it with my blade flat, just to ensure that every hair is one desired length of that blade open. And then I'm gonna slowly close my clipper and move down on the fade. Every time I close my clipper, I move down on the fade till I get to the bottom of it, and I'm able to take that line out completely. Alright y'all, so now I got my number 1 guard on. It's gonna be the same steps once again, just like the side. You see how far I can go up? I can go up super far on this because I left off with a 1.5 closed, right? So this is a 1 open, so it's gonna be able to go up to the, I could take this all the way to the top of the head basically if I want to. So that's why I can go so high with it. And then I'm just gonna be going open, halfway, and closed, just softening that line up and blending this together and getting this fade and this back smooth. And then I'm gonna come in once, like after I go open, halfway, and closed, and get this back blended as much as I can and soften this bottom line up as much as I can. That's when I'm gonna come back in with my 0 guard. Alright y'all, so y'all know I gotta do my little mini sermon. So I was watching a video on Instagram earlier about Tyler Perry and the start of his career and how he really got started. He had put, at the last of it, for like 5 years, he had put all his money into it. 5 to 7 years, he said. It ended up being 7 years at the end. He had put all his money into it, used the last of his money, and to do these shows that he was doing and this play that he wanted to do. And he kept doing it, and God was telling him to do it, so he was doing it. But it wasn't successful, and he kept asking God, like, why are you leaving me out here? Why is this not working? But he was still doing it though. Like, God was telling him to do it, and God was put it on his heart to do, so he was still doing it. So basically, he got to like the end of it. He got to the end of his show where he used all his money. One person in the crowd said, hey, I wanted to give you the opportunity to go to a show in South Carolina somewhere. Well, he got to South Carolina, he was complaining a little bit. God said, look out the window. And he had done it for 7 years with nothing, no results. And then he looked out the window, it was full, people waiting. People couldn't even get in because it's so packed. And he sold out from that day to now, basically. And he didn't give up. So God put that on his heart to do. And then he asked God, why did you leave me out there like that? And God told him, I was proving you, and I was just making sure that you was going to do the right thing, and that when I bless you with this, that you was going to honor it. So no matter what, everybody was telling him to quit. Think about it, if Tyler Perry would have quit, well, we would have had no Medea movies or nothing. And think about where he would be. You never know. So what I'm saying to you is, don't give it, whatever God has put on your heart to do, don't give up on it. Honor it. Just honor it. Be faithful, be obedient, be disciplined, be consistent. Use your faith and hard work and prayer, and receive everything that God has for you, because it's possible. Anything that you can set your mind to and have faith for, and prayer and believe for and ask for, it's already yours. Everything that you ask for in prayer, believing, you will receive. So just make sure that your heart is pure and your intentions are pure while you're doing it. Make sure that it's from God, because God's not going to bless something that isn't from him. So that's my message for today. Honor God with your gifts and abilities. Use your gifts and abilities to glorify and honor God, and be faithful and obedient to him, and always give him the glory, and just never give up on what he's put on your heart to do, and be great. The greatness is in all of us. We all have greatness in us. It's up to us to use our faith and hard work to bring it out and to glorify God. So for my slants, I start at the bottom, I tap it in, I keep it as natural as I can around his ear. His is pretty natural already, so it's just a couple hairs that I gotta tap in, and keep it as natural as possible, and make sure that you clean up under the ear. And then for the front lineup, I'm gonna add some holding spray. I use hairspray. You can use sprays, whatever. It doesn't matter the brand. It all does the same thing. And I'm gonna brush everything down into its rightful place. And right here, I'm just gonna line up. Y'all know my lineups. I plant in the middle. I work my way to one side. I tap in the vertical bar. And since this is a high taper, there is no C cup. And make sure that when you're doing these lines on hairlines like this, you have to use your imagination and really create it, and don't dig in nobody's line. So make sure that you never push no one back, especially someone who has hair that's thinning already, because that could be the end of it for him. Make sure that you're just using your imagination and creating this line. And y'all can see that line I just put on it, because it's there. But yeah, basically back to the Tyler Perry story, just trust God with all your heart. And focus on fulfilling your purpose for God and not getting, you don't need nobody else's validation. Just make sure that you're using the gifts that God has given you. Use the gifts and abilities that God's given you to glorify Him, to get to know Him more, to lead others to Him, and to help others get to know Him more. And this is no disrespect to anybody else's religion. Y'all just know what I believe in. I believe in Jesus. I believe in the Holy Trinity, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Ghost. So no disrespect to nobody else, man, at all. I love everybody. So right here, I'm just shaping it up, shaping up his chin here. Took it down to 1.5. But that story, if that story touched y'all, let me know. So right here, I'm just going in with my 245 Beam Team Cordless XL. 245 Beam Team Cordless XL. Man, I said that crazy the first time, but yeah, y'all can see how I'm kind of, when I'm spraying not just the front of it. So I'm not super filling it in. I'm kind of spraying it to the back too. And I'm just gonna, add a little bit. A little goes a long way. And I'm not trying to spray super directly on. Like I said, I'm kind of spraying and letting this fall off into the back too, just so it could fill that bag in a little. And y'all can see that thing looking crispy, boy. This is my boy Frank, by the way. If you want to follow him, go to my Instagram, search Frank. He gonna be in the people I'm following. He can teach y'all about Forex. So can Haven. So right here, I'm just adding the Barber Magic pencil just for my Kodak moments. Obviously, just like shout out to Beam, because Beam taught me that. The pencil, I think he did. So I don't remember, but I know he uses it a lot. I know he inspired me to use it. So I'm just gonna line it up. Make sure that you don't get that on the hair. That's the most important thing I learned while using this. But I feel like it does. I'm starting to learn what it does. At first, I didn't think it did nothing. I'm starting to feel the difference now that I've been using it, and I actually starting to know how to use it. I can see the difference now. So I'm just making sure that I'm angling my razor, stretching the skin. This is one of my favorite parts of a haircut. I feel like I'm cold with the razor. I feel like I'm cold with everything, for real. Glory to God. So right here, I'm just gonna make him pull down, and I'm gonna line above his lip just to get that line, just to make it last a little longer. It's gonna make your client feel better. So y'all, this is the final cut. I appreciate y'all if y'all was able to sit through this 13-14 minute video of me. I appreciate it. I hope that you take something from my game, apply it to yours, advance in life and advance in your career, advance in your craft. If you watch this for satisfaction, I hope that you were satisfied. And don't give up on your dreams. Whatever God's put in your heart to do, you can do it. You can do it. I'm rooting for you. I know that you have greatness in you. It's just up to you to work hard and be consistent and be faithful and obedient and disciplined and consistent, and use faith and hard work and bring it up out of you. And always give God the glory. So y'all see the cut, man. The taper busting, the lineup busting. I appreciate y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell somebody about me. Hit that like button. Help me continue to grow. It helps with Instagram's algorithm. I appreciate y'all, and may God bless. Y'all know what we just did, man. Certified banger. Brother transformation. What you gotta say, bro?
I'm just thankful my man Cole. Tap in, buck in.
You know what I'm talking about?
He not playing with you.